So, as I mentioned, there are external forces which are forcing most of the OEMs to cooperate with each other. I think the whole bone of contention was the unequal relationship that both these automakers shared, because Nissan was larger in terms of the volumes, the revenues, the profitability. However, the controlling stake was with Renault, which was to the extent of 43%. With this rebalancing, I think what they have been able to achieve is a rightful balance, that both of them have now 15% in each other's companies, which probably takes the entire conflict out. And therefore, I believe that with this step, it is the alliance which will see a longer time duration, and it will be much more stronger than before.
Just reading, of course, what kind of things we can expect from this new joint, from the new rebalanced alliance. For example, the new electric Nissan Micra could be made by Renault and also made cheaper. What else can the consumer expect now? Because at the end of the day, without us, the consumer, there are no car companies.
Correct. So what they are going to do increasingly going forward is, one, give each other a lot of freedom to operate in different markets, but at the same time, they are joined at hips. So they are going to share the suppliers, they are going to share the components, they are going to amortize the R&D cost. You might have models which are similar, but manufactured by Renault as well as Nissan. And that is going to bring down the cost for the consumer. That is going to also, EV is an infrastructure play, and it requires a lot of investment. So both of them are going to invest in EV infrastructure, which will make it easier for the consumer to access the charging infrastructure, as well as make sure that there are no range anxiety when they get into either Renault or Nissan vehicle.
Vivek, but do you think that Nissan should take up that whole 15%? Because I can understand the importance for Renault, for them having that strong anchor tenant when they do eventually list and go to IPO and, bumping up the price a bit. But is it wise for Nissan to, what is essentially an unknown?
Yeah, so Nissan has, for over a decade, has invested in EV as a technology of choice. And therefore, they can't really hedge their bets when it comes to getting into EV, because that is their future, that is their vision of the future. So anything that is EV, they got to be there. And therefore, I think they shouldn't really hold back on the investment, because finally EV is getting increasingly fragmented, and more brands that you have under your fold, more and more footprint you have on the ground, better it is for you. And as a result, I don't think hedging the bets on investing in Ampere is a right strategy going forward.